Oh, there's Pickle. If I point it that way, then it might be a little less blurry.
I can reposition myself. That's better. See him with squashed belly. So basically what I've done, I've chopped off these pieces of wood at 22 inches long, and they're going to be my legs. It's going to be like peg. And this is going to be the top of a sawing stall. It's just the off-cut scrap of wood that was sitting behind the toilet that Graham's been peeing on, apparently. And I've prepared the end of one already, just with a chisel, peeling it off. Just create an angled flat on the end of that bit of wood you can see there. And that's going to sit on the side of this top rail of what the sawing stool is going to be, like so. And there's going to be 4 like that, and they'll be splayed, so hopefully it won't be too wobbly. And we're quite limited on equipment here, so it's like we just have to do everything a bit, let's put it, a bit basic. That's okay. My sharpener chisel, I used 2 diamond sharpening stones. I started with 400, finished off with 1000, and then I took the burr off, literally by doing that with my hands like so. That gets rid of the burr, so it burnishes the end, get a sharper edge. This is kind of how I made some of my staircase in my house. When we first moved to France, we had very little money left. We got hit on that last recession. House prices in the UK dropped, plummeted like crazy. The exchange rate was horrendous, but it did go up a little bit into 117 at the time, and we managed to get a little bit more money for our money. It did go down to 1 to 1, didn't it? It was terrible. So either way, we had about 10 grand left to renovate a French farmhouse. Needless to say, that's not a lot of money. Not when you want to renovate effectively 2 little farmhouses joined together, a load of barns and stuff like that. And we're still renovating the place, it's not finished yet. We're getting close, but it's not quite there. What happens is I make doors, everybody else, and then I give them to finishing our own. But anyway, we all get there. It's similar sort of, it's okay. You either got money and no time. We've got time and no money.
I've got no time and no money.
He's got no time and no money. I don't mind though, because actually we had all these plans for the house when we were going through the process of buying it, because things weren't too bad, then everything was okay. Then that recession sort of that hit hard, and we got hit. Basically, we had a buyer for our house, and then they started playing silly buggers and dropped us by about 30 grand on the house because they knew they could. But we were so tied in because of the timescales and what have you, and commitments regarding our French house. We didn't have a lot of choice but to go for it, so we carried on. So, say they. If we didn't, we'd have lost all our deposit. Shouldn't a huge amount of money to be fair, because it didn't cost us an awful lot of money to buy in the first place. The house, so it was very cheap. Cheap, but it was a shell. And like I told you the other day, there was a cow in my kitchen. There was. That wasn't very helpful. No. Cows and wooden floors, not a good mix. No. Now we talked about projectile horse poo the other day, didn't we? So I'm not going to go there again. I'm sure Graham's relieved. But no, my point was that we had all these plans to make the house all lovely and do a certain staircase and all these ideas in our head, because at the time we thought we were going to have enough money, and then we didn't, and then we had to think outside the box. Like I said, the house didn't have a staircase. There was a hole in the roof. I mean, a big hole in the roof. We drive a car through it. It's pretty much non-existent. Because it was a wreck, an absolute wreck. It hadn't been lived in 30 odd years and been squatters in it, so it wasn't very pretty. But you'd see the potential. It's a lovely little farmhouse on the edge of a valley, and that's lovely. It really is lovely. It's not perfect, but it is lovely. So anyway, I think outside the box, and we go on the staircase. So you think, how the hell do we do a staircase? We can't do our original plans. So what I did was I used all the floorboards out of the bedroom. There's all these oak floorboards that had to come up. Some were rotten, some weren't. And all the ones that were good enough to use, they end up being treads and risers for the staircase. Now, because it was 2 houses originally, I took one of the strings for which Graham and Ishmael's going to be doing on the staircase to create the staircase. So I took the long stepped string, so I used that. Actually, no, the house string in this case. So I used that as well. So I moved it from the front house to the other house, exactly the same as the original. The usual kind of worm and stuff as you'd get in it. All gone, it's all dead, just full of holes. But we used it, and it looked really, really nice now. And we didn't have any spindles or anything like that, so what do I use? Well, we come down the driveway, and when we bought the house, a pile of, like a bonfire heap in the front of the driveway. And in that was a load of wattles. Now wattles they come out of a wattle and daub wall. That's where you've got those little strips of wood coming across. Usually chestnut. In this case, they was torched. To get it. Actually, someone mentioned that the other day. Actually, about burning the timber to stop it from rotting. And anyway, they had all these pieces of chestnut wood all tapered on the ends. I thought, oh, they're nice. They might make good spindles. So there I go. I'll get my angle grinder with a wire brush in, very gingerly because it's quite dangerous. And then wire brushed each spindle into like a polished, it's just tactile. It was really pleased with it. So they end up being our spindles, not regulation standard regarding the width, but nor was the house. And we didn't have a handrail. So God, I'm going to do that handrail. So Caroline, my dear wife, we went into the woods at the bottom of the garden, and we dragged out, like a tree, big branch of chestnut it was, covered in moss. So we put that into one of our, I wasn't really a workshop at the time, we had a mud floor, and we attacked that with a chainsaw and a tar plane. A tar plane is literally just an electric planer. Tack, made it into some sort of shape, big and chunky. You can't get your hands around it, it's way too big, but it suits the look of the staircase. It's very organic, to say the least. And originally the staircase virtually butted up right to the wall. So you kind of like, you have to go up the stairs, and sort of shimmy your way over. The last rise was virtually the wall. It was nuts. Absolutely ridiculous. Welcome to France. So what I'd done was to reduce the going. The going is the amount of distance you travel on a staircase. And to reduce that, what I'd done was put a dog leg in. So we put a stone dog leg in at the bottom, which is basically stone that we dug out of the ground. We built that with lime mortar. And we found, what did we find? We found the salamander fire dragons, which we had to reposition. We put them to another little place. Mustn't touch them because they've got a neurotoxin in the skin. A bit like these your frogs. They've got neurotoxins, don't they? Your frogs you get. What are they called again, your frogs?
Strawberry dart frogs.
Strawberry dart frogs got neurotoxins in them. A bit like the salamander fire dragons. They're both amphibians. They look a bit like I suppose newts, but fat newts, or long frogs. So anyway, we put them somewhere else. Rehomed them. They seemed quite happy as long as damp and dark. There was no eggs or anything, so that was all right. Anyway, so we built this new step, and the new staircase, which is a shorter run in wood, oak, and up to the first floor. And that allowed me to put a landing at the top, because by putting the dog leg in, you're shortening your going up to the wall. The distance travelled, so basically it's a shorter staircase. And it worked a treat. So we have this very organic looking staircase, which is made of everything that we already had. You didn't have to buy anything for it, and it looks amazing. I'm really pleased with it. The newel posts were the floor joists that we cut out to make the hole bigger to put the staircase in. So yeah, everything was reused, and it worked out really well. A lot of joining to do, obviously. Big old mortars and big old tusk tenons, metal welded plates and coach screws and stuff like that to make it all work. So, yeah, it does. It looks very, very nice. I say it looks very nice. It's not everyone's cup of tea, obviously. Not everybody. It's not something everybody is likely to aspire to. So now we've got 2 legs with tapered ends. I might have to tweak them, but we'll do that when I want to position them. They're sort of just roughly in the same place. So I think that they look a little bit close together. That one's okay. That one might need a bit of tweaking to pull that one up a bit higher, so more angle. Yeah, it's only 22 inches high. Just so I can put a bit of wood on it and I can saw it. Or chop a bit of wood with a chisel. I haven't got any workbenches here. I'll tell you what, you have got scorpions. That I do know now. He told me he ain't seen a scorpion for years, he said. He fibbed.
Yeah, because I haven't been here.
Boom, boom. So, there's all right. God, I was a bit disconcerted. No, I was washing one. If you didn't scorpion crawled out of my t-shirt, I just took it off.
You just want to be friends.
It didn't look very friendly. It
Friends.
was only tiny, yeah, but Graham then tells usually the smaller ones are the most dangerous. Yeah, great.
Oh, hey Marcus, you can only die once.
Apparently you can only die once. He's lovely, isn't he? So, right, there.
Got some bits of wood for you. Would they be useful?
They may be, yeah. Let's use that end, I think. Right. Not that end. Use that. That one's got to take a bit more. Yeah. This was all green. That was alive yesterday. You chopped down a live tree, but there wasn't a lot of choice because it was crushing the FOSS septic. You know, the septic tank. Literally, that was, the pipes were like all squished by the timber. It wasn't very helpful at all. Anyway, you have to manage wood anyway. You can't. Well, you can just leave it alone, obviously, but you end up with all sorts of crap. See, you know that guy you say about your mangroves over there? He got a lot of trouble, didn't he, regarding chopping all his mangroves out?
Yeah, you can't chop mangroves.
No.
You can, but you got to ask for permission.
Aha.
Well, the problem is people just they don't ask for permission. They just think, oh well, it's my mangroves,
Well,
but they're not. You don't own your mangroves
No.
around any property. They're owned by the government, technically.
that's all about conservation. You were saying to me on the way down here that the Panama or Costa Rica is very, very good regarding the environment. The government, that is. I don't know about the people so much. I see all these petrol engine airports flying about everywhere. Did you say to me? Did Ishmael say that's $4.80 or something for a gallon of petrol?
Yeah.
How much do you guys pay for a gallon of petrol these days? It's not four. I'm sure it's not £4.80 or anywhere near.
How many litres in a gallon? What for?
Hmm?
How many litres in a gallon?
It's 4.55 litres in a gallon. It's just under 5 litres. Is there any way of keeping the chat open?
You could. I mean, I can have it on my phone. Do you know what I mean? So you could have your phone running.
Oh, I could do, couldn't I?
And you'd be able to see the chat.
Without, yeah, that's a good idea. I'll do that in a minute. Because it keeps disappearing. Oh, it's popped back up again. No, I can't see it. Oh, it's disappeared again. Doesn't give you much time to read it.
No, it doesn't. It's a bit annoying, actually.
Well, it is. Basically, what I'm doing, I'm using this chisel as a plane, really. We've got to keep a really low angle. It's actually really lovely, actually working with green wood. Look at that peels, just peels like that. You know, it's quite therapeutic.
You pretend that it's a Conservative's face and you're peeling off their face.
Peeling off their face?
Why don't you peel off your face and feed it to the dogs?
I watched it. What did I watch the other day? Oh, I told you that. That's one with Harlequin in from DC. Did you say?
Birds of Prey, was it?
No, it's not. It's literally about Harlequin. It's about her. That's Birds of Prey, is it? Okay. It was a rubbish film.
Yeah, I heard it was a bit. You watched it on the plane next to me?
Yeah.
Well, I watched.
Well, of course I did.
Yeah.
I've seen it before, actually.
I watched The Lighthouse.
Yeah, he watched The Lighthouse with two guys who killed themselves on that.
Two men killing each other on an island. Great movie.
How sharp is that? We'll get there in a minute. How have I done anyway? I've got one more to do after this one. It might take a few minutes to make this, but at the end of the day, it's going to make life darn sight quicker and easier. Because there's nothing else to actually use at the moment. There's nowhere to put my wood.
I was trying to clear up here, but I'm absolutely swimming with ants.
How have I got so many ants?
That's the weatherman.
Ah, weatherman. Is it the one who shouted down Piers Morgan?
And Morgan went off in a big shot.
Yeah.
The weatherman with me,
That was so funny. Get taken down by the weatherman.
the weatherman with me, I'm going.
He owned him, didn't he? He really owned him. That was so childish of Piers. Well, that was just. He was like a little kid.
No, he is a little kid, isn't he?
Oh, God, that's
They're
big.
all like that, mate. All arrested development. Where did the screwdriver go in it?
Screwdriver.
Yeah, the one that you were using to take the
Oh,
boards
it's on
off.
there. What's there? Find you.
Thank you kindly.
I suppose it's a job you could do if you want. It's actually trying to hunt down the blooming nails that keep bloody stabbing us.
What about with the claw hammer?
Yeah. Claw hammer's ideal, or pair of pliers even. That'll save us getting stabbed. For some reason, someone's gone around thinking it's a good idea to stick nails in the walls everywhere to hang things on. And all you do is catch all your clothes. I've already caught mine, he's caught his jeans. It's not the brightest idea. Silly things to make things easier, to make your life a little bit more comfortable. So, like a coat hook, for God's sake. Something to put all your hanging stuff up on.
Oh yeah, you could use the nails for that.
He said use nails. Oh dear. That one's okay. Last one. Tell you what I noticed around here is most of the people around here, they look so flippin' healthy. Look at Ishmael, he's feel like they're lots, isn't he? He's so healthy. He doesn't eat the rubbish that I eat.
He does eat fried chicken, mate.
Still chicken though, isn't it? But he ain't eating the processed food, is he? That'd be made by the Three Sisters, whoever they're called.
The Three Sisters.
The Three Sisters? Or the chicken processors, or something like that. The ones that keep dropping the chicken on the floor and putting it back in the packets. Lovely. Salmonella. My favourite.
My favourite Ella. Ella. Ella.
A little more sharpened. So the diamond sharpener, I don't need to use the 400, I use that for more of a grind than anything else. That's a little 1,000. These are little pork ones, they're only cheap. There's nothing fancy about it at all. But saying that, they've actually been really good. I'm sorry, but they came from China. Oh dear.
No, you see, Marcus,
Yes,
because obviously we live in a protected area, we need to make a leach field for any stuff going out the toilet, well, at the septic tank to go into.
Mhm.
But what we could do, if you want, we could get a suitcase, right, and we could just put all our poo in a suitcase. I can take it back to the UK with me, and I'll just dump it in a river. That's legal now because of Brexit.
They're already doing that, aren't they?
Yeah.
I've
What do
heard
you think?
that.
Good idea?
Have you got a big pipe and call it CSO? Combined sewage outlet. You haven't got to be a suitcase, but there you go, you've got to check it in, haven't you? I didn't think of that.
Check in. What is this? It's just a big It's a big suitcase full of shit.
Yep.
We can write Brexit on it.
What we could do is create a poo block. We could dry it and condense it and compress it.
Yeah.
And then, yeah. No, maybe not. Anyway, I've got my digress.
The point is, we can dump it in the rivers in the UK. And it's perfectly legal.
Well, they have been dumping poo in the rivers for donkey's years, but only when absolutely they've got a choice, basically. Either when it's pouring down rain, like come down like Billio, and or flooding, or risk of flooding, and then they'll just dump it. They divert it from the sewage plant straight to the CSOs. And I mentioned earlier, I think, about the Suffolk Water got done about 300 million recently. Yeah, I think it's Suffolk Water. And as far as they're concerned, because the shareholders, they'd rather pay the 300 million, even though they're contesting it. They'd rather pay the 300 million than actually do anything about it, because we're talking about major investment. Because the sewage plants in the UK have had very, very little investment over the years. It's privatised. Ever since it's been privatised, people don't invest. They don't invest in the plant. They just do whatever they can to squeeze more money out of it. It's like asset stripping, really. Sort of long drawn out asset stripping. So it's not great. We've got to have somewhere to put up here, haven't we? We can't all put it in a suitcase like Graham mentioned, though. When you show it to you, basically do like a figure of 8 motion, so back and forward in a figure of 8. I'm only just putting the edge back on, I'm not trying to do anything fancy. And then I'll flatten the back. Well, I'll lower it onto my what would be an order stone, or in this case, a diamond stone. Well, it's a plate of metal, with a diamond pregnant, industrial diamond pregnant. And I'll just lower it onto there like so, and I'll go back and forth a couple of times just to remove some of the burr. If I was at home, I've got a special way of doing that. Ah, there we go. You try to flatten the back of your chisel. Get the burr one swipe back.
No, because if you want to give me the hook, actually, I'll keep tidying up. I was going to take all the nails out, but I'll just keep
I
keep getting into lots about these bloody ants.
There's ants in his pants. So, I was mentioning earlier, but I used to put my hand. I don't suggest other people do that. Various other ways to remove the burr. You can either run the blade sideways, because what you've done is you created a burr with the sharpening stone, so there's a burr on there. And you either do this, and what I'm doing. Now, I don't recommend that if you haven't got the experience, and I'm using that my rough old leathery hands. Mrs. loves them, she does, yeah, I'll tell you. And I just remove the burr that way. It's like I'm bending it one way, then back the other way, so I'm stroking in both directions. So it's better with a plain iron, actually. It's a bit safer with a plain iron, because it's wider, it's got more area. And the other way of doing it is you can literally just run the edge sideways across a piece of wood, and that'll peel off the burr. So effectively, you stick it into the bit with that, and then do that. That removes the burr. That flows better. So they lose the edge quite quickly, actually. And these are only old Stanley 5002 chisels, and they're in the year, it's the model. They're good chisels, to be fair. Yeah.
Not the years, it's the mileage.
Exactly. Yeah, it's better. The thing is, a blunt tool gives you no control. I wonder if someone's going, why ain't you got a black neck of work, mate?
Someone just said that on the comment.
No, I won't be surprised. I wouldn't use one anyway, they're rubbish.
Blasphemy! Take that back.
You know the story about that, the guy who invented the black neck of work, mate, everyone ignored him. No one was investing in his design. He got painted, didn't he? So.
I'm going to put this is a mosquito coil. I'm just going to put that next to Marcus so he doesn't
Oh, that's sweet.
What?
Thank you.
Too
That's
much.
kind, isn't it?
Doesn't
You
people
can
like
use it.
scorpions
It's all about
though?
the show. Oh yeah, and the scorpions. Oh, now you're worrying me. I'm sitting on the floor. There's probably scorpions underneath this big floor. They'll crawl up and bite me. Sting me.
That's where the
Sting me.
scorpions usually live on the floor.
They usually live on the floor, underneath the floors, and crawl through the gaps.
Well, you bomb in the middle of the night.
So I certainly was under my t-shirt, and I was living in my t-shirt. I must have a particular smell.
Yeah, you do.
Pot kettle black.
You attract scorpions.
I actually managed to upload a videos last night, actually for today, today, for the channel. I haven't actually had to upload any videos for a while. But I think that's such a I can do it, so they'll be okay. I hope they're okay anyway, because they've been a bit, well, I didn't edit them at all, so I'm quite happy that I've managed to get my worms out without having to edit it. They're not perfect, but they're, I'm happy with that, especially in the circumstances.
A.W. Peterson says, "Oh my God, Graham, what an idea."
What?
I don't actually.
What, poo in a suitcase?
Oh, the poo in the suitcase. be a good stunt, wouldn't it?
That would be hilarious.
It would be.
It's my kind of stunt.
If you did that from France, you could imagine, like.
Well, even France has CSOs, but they're not pumping them out like they are in the UK. Most countries have CSOs.
Yeah.
Yeah, combined sewage outlets, where they have to pump the poo out because they've got no way of dealing with it. It goes out to sea. But
I'm being asked if I'm doing any work or just walking around like a headless chicken.
But actually, to be fair to him, he's tidied up, and we are in hell of a mess. It's something somebody's got to have to do it.
I'm also trying to keep an eye on the live chat.
Yeah, he's trying to look on the live chat as well. But we are in a bit of a mess. What's happened is we've sort of dumped our stuff in, started doing jobs and what have you, and come to and fro and constantly, and the mess is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Come the end of yesterday, we were really flaked out. We were really, really tired. And Graham's had problems with his eyes because of the sweat and sort of like burning your eyes with the salt. I know that happened to me in the past, so it's not very pleasant. He gets ratty then. And yes, he did go and get all the wood. Well, half the wood.
Well, if you explained it to me like a human being, how much wood do we need? You need to get 7 planks, which are this long. That's the way you tell me.
He's assuming that I know what the sizes of the planks are here. So how can I know how big the planks? What sizes they come in? I'm not going to. So I gave me square. I said enough to cover that wide and that high.
I had a sheet, my friend.
A sheet?
Yeah,
like sheet to the wings.
With the sizes on. I had a sheet with all the sizes on. I took a picture of it when we were in the hardware store the other day. So we go through it and go, right, that's the size I need.
You didn't tell me what size It's not how I work.
We're a bit rushed yesterday because Ishmael's dad needs to go.
Yeah, you were very rushed, I know. I'm not criticising. Well, I am criticising, but...
You are criticising.
Yeah, okay, I'm criticising. You're always criticising me.
You've not got something nice to say.
Oh, don't say anything at all. I've heard it. I've heard it all now. He's very mere-hearted, is that one?
Who knows it? Currency here is called the Balboa.
Balboa?
Named after Rocky.
Is that all over Panama? Or
is that your mask, by the way?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Unless it's yours. I actually don't know, to be honest. Okay. That's the thing, we put things down, forget what we were putting, because keep distracted and start doing something else. Right. Should have 4 legs there now. Now, it's no good of me just whacking some nails in there, because all that happened, I'll just wobble about like that. So I'm just going to chop them to the side of the actual. If we do, if the angle's right, that is. I'll find out. Like that. Oh, actually, that's a pretty good angle. That one is actually bang over. Probably go a little bit further that way. Quite like that. Just 2 pieces together. Now, I know what you're going to say, so why don't you go to the shop and buy a trestle? Well, the amount of time it's taken to make one, I get your point. But the thing is, it's how long it takes you to get it. Everything takes so long. Yep, I'm happy with that as well. So I go to this end. Let's go to this end. I could do it with a pencil. I had one. Hair. That's an Irwin. Oh, okay. I'll take some glasses. I'll cross those ones. Oh, I'm doing back. Right, where am I putting on my glasses? I'm getting old.
Yeah.
I'm getting old and stiff.
That's the way it goes.
Oh,
Turn
no.
it that way. Doesn't go back. Never go back. You never stand in the same
I can
river.
see.
You never stand in the same river twice.
I see him. The light. I see him. Right. Fifth Element. Do you like Fifth Element?
Me?
Yeah, the film.
Yeah, of course. Great.
That's hilarious. Oh, you like it?
Limu.
Oh. I'm not just going to play that way. I'm having come. It's going to be slightly stepped in to there, then out so it's level with the end. I don't want the legs to interfere with the saw if I'm trying to cut anything that's resting on the top. So it's going to be approximately about there. And I'm going to draw around that. Like so. The only reason why I'm doing it like this is so the legs are locked into place in like a sort of a socket. Not perfect, but it's can't expect it to be. Normally I use a mallet. That's why I brought a impact handled chisel. Noisy. We got a hammer. I'll hit my hammer. Whenever you use a chisel like this, don't try and put. Remember, you're not trying to push the chisel past your arm's length. You're always in control. Otherwise, one day you're going to do that and you're going to slide into your hand and take a big chunk of flesh off or a finger. I've seen someone's finger be removed. Lovely it is. With a planer. Yeah. A surface planer. He lost his thing, old Brian Coe. He's dead now, actually. Brian Coe, he lost his finger with a surface planer. That was a big old old Watkin. That's right, an old Watkin surface planer. What happened was, he was feeding a bit of wood through, and he was holding a bit of wood, so this bit of wood is trying to put a surface on. Surface planer's like think of an electric plane, but it's upside down. There he is, running a surface planer, bit of wood over the surface planer, and he's got his fingers dangling down the back there like that, and he didn't think, did he? So when he's pushing it through, you know, it was taken off about 3-4 mil at a time. It was a big old planer that whipped the top of his finger, literally off the joint. It flipped up, it actually landed, sticking up at on top of this plane. My dad comes along with his backy tin, which had a bit of apple in it. He grabbed the finger and put it in his backy tin, and they took Brian Cody up to hospital. I was only very little then. I just like to be there and play with this wood in a workshop. That's how it used to be done then, you see. You take your kids to a very dangerous workshop, hardly any guards anywhere, and belt-driven machines. Yeah, not a good idea. So anyway, they took Brian Cody up to the hospital. They couldn't do anything with it anyway, so they just, stitched up his finger. So, yeah. And, I don't know what happened to the finger that was in the old backy tin. It was old Gold Virginia, I think it was, backy tin. And, with a slice of apple. I wonder if Dad ever used smoked the rest of that tobacco. I don't know. I never asked. I wonder what happened to the finger. But no, my dad, he probably put the tin to one side and forgot about it. And it's probably still in there. It's shriveled up like a shrunken head, like a shrunken finger inside this baggy tin. Yeah, pleasant. That's what my dad was like. Put it one side and forget about it. That's what he used to do. Bit like the.
Can I have some of your phone?
Yeah, please. Yeah, well, yeah, whatever. That's fine. Yeah, he's a bit like that, and.
Getting a bit of power now.
Ah, nice. Bit bright now, actually. A bit brighter. When he'd bust his leg, there he was. He's sitting in the window, at the top of the stair landing, and the fool man that he was, he's very skilled. Don't get me wrong, highly skilled man. And he's fitting a wing with a pump screwdriver, and he's bouncing on this deal, stretched between two step ladders. Not a good idea on shiny floors. It's quite a posh house, actually. I think marbling. Anyway, he's bouncing up down trying to pump to get that top screw because he's only short like me. Anyway, he got just past the pumps. And what's happening was the stairs. The steps at the bottom were doing this. They were closing up on him, and then the whole lot gave way, and he came tumbling down and smashed his leg, and the bone came out the side of his leg. Look, gruesome story for you. So the bone came out the side of his leg. He was bleeding to death basically. Anyway, they got him to the hospital relatively quickly and fixed his leg up, and that was a Indian doctor that sorted out. Dr. Baig or Haig, was that Baig? I can't remember if it was Baig or Haig. Yeah, anyway. Dr. Baig. And it's an Indian name. So anyway, it's an Indian doctor. And, I don't know what his name was, I can't remember. And it's an Indian doctor. He looked after him. And yet my dad voted Brexit because immigration. Can't make this shit up. You really can't. Anyway, his old jeans that he was wearing and his old boat shoes. Remember the old blue boat shoes with the white soles? A bit like Converse, you know. Anyway, they were in a coal shed under the stairs outside for as long as I can remember. It was disgusting. So they had this dried, rigid pair of jeans stuck in the coal shed. Actually, no, they weren't jeans. They were old Dickies overalls. That's what they were. Old Dickies overalls, absolutely caked in blood. And these in this pair of boat shoes, caked in blood, dried solid. Not word of a lie. I think I left home before they came out of there. Yeah, not great. Some people, besides, not surprisingly, voted Brexit. Then died a year later. Karma.
Marcus.
Yes. Hello. I did a pose. Did you see that? I'm a natural. I'm certainly natural. Especially at the moment, I'll tell you. Don't come too close, will you? No, don't do it.
Do you reckon you can fix the old water pump?
The old water pump?
Yeah.
Well, let's get it off. We might be able to. This old Sherf, though, they're used to being in the water because the pump you've got is a boat pump. It's not for a house. Your pressure must have been quite low.
It was, honestly, mate, it was fine.
It's a pump you'd buy to put in a motorhome or in a boat.
Yeah. Do you know what helped?
The tank was high.
Tank. You have 500 gallons of water in that tank, pushing right down, and the line out was just a half-inch pipe.
Yeah, but if they're getting gravity, the tank's underneath you.
Yeah, I know, but it's helping it up. It's helping it push it up into the.
It's not going to push above. The science will tell you that it won't push above its own height, will it?
No, but it's pushing into the pump faster.
Oh yeah, the pump. Yeah. The pump's got very little to do.
Into the pump is pretty good.
Yeah.
And then that's just adding a bit of oomph to it, isn't it? I think that's why. Honestly, I never had a problem. I never had a problem till you came along, mate.
Well, there you go then.
Not a single problem.
You've stuck with me now.
I was happy, go lucky.
You're not going to change me, you know, don't you? You can try.
World is my oyster. really need some water. Can I just have the hammer a moment? Oh, actually, I've got another hammer here. Did you bring a hammer?
No, weight, isn't it? Only a fiver. I can't pay much. You know, it wasn't expensive.
Someone wants to donate a fiver in the super chat to pay for the hammer.
Get a new hammer.
Marcus couldn't be bothered carrying. It's too heavy.
It's a carry. I've got the. No, it's because he was too tight and got me a little bag.
I didn't get you a little bag. Did I?
That's two sizes. There's a 23, and that's the bloody expensive bag. So and also, you've still got to carry the thing, haven't you? Put through across all those trains and stuff. That's heavy enough.
I suppose. Marcus, shall we come and have a quick look at this?
I'll do that. I think that's in there. That'll do it. Oh, gotta get up again. Oh, fat man can't jump. Right.
Okay, so this is going to go over here. So we've got this whole surface instead of having a big gap here, right? But see, there's a little gap there where the sink used to be. If I move this, there's a gap there. So what do you think I should do in this situation?
Oh, look at what it looks like without that on.
I want it all the same level.
Are we going to put anything else on top of just
We can work on it, we can do whatever, it's just...
Oh, it's just temporary.
Temporary, yeah.
Oh, I mean, just there. What do you want, screw it down?
Just straight down. Oh, with the few screws I've got here. Got a few screws. So should I have a little gap there, or should you just have...
What if you start that end then and we cut around the thingy? I mean, at that end, the joint was at this end instead of at that end, so you get a nice big piece then. Do you know what I mean?
So what, cut that out?
Yeah, cut that around that. And then, how was the next piece? Are we putting bits on there? Or?
Well, we've got more pieces like this, haven't we? So we can put another piece going that way.
We've got that one piece, big piece there. Just going to go on the sofa, wasn't it?
Yeah, we need that for the sofa.
Well.
Well. So I'll just cut it. I'll just measure this out.
Yeah, cut the post. And the bit you cut out, you can then use to fill the back edge if you want. The other bit that goes in there.
It's a lot easier. I should just bought the battery drill. But if I'm right, I can't use the battery drill. I'll use the plug-in one for power.
You've got some power.
To do the.
12.6, it's gone up.
I know.
That's got 2 batteries.
Okay, matey. That's right. Just do it. I'll work back on with this.
Oh, do you want the little square?
I'd like the little square.
Where was you get
I
it?
would like
There's the little square. Got the little square.
little square.
Well, I don't know where my tape measures gone.
We could go missing.
Yeah, that was the I'm not using that. I've got 2 tape measures gone missing now. I'm going to hold on to that for you. Mine. I'm putting them in my groins, don't want them there. Right, like that, is that one? So I'll mark that so I know I've got the right one. Go on there. Which was that one, wasn't it? That one? Yeah, that one. So that one, so that's be one. I've got a 1 on there. Next. Next. That's going to be the opposite side. So I'll grab one of those. It's a bit easier to work with that day. Okay? It's not as hot. It's still fairly sticky, but nothing like it was yesterday. Yesterday was really hot. I'll give you that one that way round. That one. I'll use that on the side. And remember what I said, I don't want that to be flared more than the end of the actual hair. The reason for that is if I'm trying to cut a bit of wool inside here, I don't want to be hitting the legs. So I just bring them in a little bit like I did on the other end. Like so. I know it's not a door, not yet. Hopefully it will be soon because someone's. Oh, there's a boat there, might even be Ishmael. He's very good, Ishmael, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's quite a sweet chap. That's him. It's snowing up anyway.
It seems to be spending a disproportionate amount of time saying, where is ...
We do. I think a lot of things we got to have a tool wall somewhere. Just yeah, even just temporary solution, just so we got most stuff can go back where it belongs. So we both know where it is.
Yeah.
It's frustrating as well because you won't get on, but you're spending time looking for stuff.
Yeah. Well, this could be the workbench here for putting all of the gear on, okay? Over there will be all of the electrical stuff from that part. And then down here, well, I'll cover that, and that could be all the electrics over there.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's got a place. It's fine, isn't it? When you do that with a chisel, you've got your holding chisel flat to your piece of wood, it's called paring. So you're actually peeling the wood off.
Just work this up.
Yeah, where's it?
Oh, you've got a pencil.
I've got that free pencil you got. Graham's been borrowing pencils. I've got that, or they put free pencils in it because you spent money. You might have got a token pencil. I don't see how we got in there otherwise. So that's going to be going in there like that. Just need to widen it a little bit. If I create that little socket, it just stops some of this sideways movement that way, so it doesn't get in properly. I still can't believe I had a little scorpion in my t-shirt. I was walking around with that in there. Walking around trying to take like thumbnails.
He was just trying to give you a call.
That could be nasty. Wrong leg. Peg the leg. Yeah, wooden leg. That one, I think.
How do I take out the? How do I take out the last? How do I cut the last bit without a
Jigsaw.
jigsaw?
And you got a jigsaw? Oh no, now you've done it.
Do we just hit it with a hammer?
No.
Do we just?
Let's hit it with a hammer with a chisel.
Do we just score it?
Let me do it. Oh, you show ya.
Should I bring the camera?
Got to bring the camera. Oh dear. This is going to be a bit of a, how to put it, doing a bit of bodging. That's my electrical screwdriver, not that. We're going to make something clear here. Use a tool for the right job, please. Naughty boy. We're already bodging.
Sorry, master.
It's just my electrical screwdriver. It's a bit of a scribe.
That works.
Don't give it works. I bet you uses blooming knives to put plugs on, don't you?
Yeah.
You do, don't you? I knew it.
Totes.
Oh, when your food's blow, you get a old fag pack or something, don't you?
Yeah, just the.
The foil.
I use the foil of cigarette packets for my fuses.
And when your main box goes, you get 4-inch rusty nail put in where the food's supposed to go.
I just use a pube.
Wow, you got thick pubes. Oh, I see him now. Don't believe you. Such a thing called a floorboard saw. So if you've got a load of boards, you've got to cut them to length, and it's got a curved end on it. That's a floorboard saw. But once I get through, got thirds up. You can see that thirds up, so I can keep clearing that away. What they can do. By the way, a little jig up my wood.
So that's what you do. You just cut with the normal saw, but just.
Well, it's not ideal. Just do it with what we got.
Okay. I mean, it's ideal to have a jigsaw, but.
Well, a jigsaw will be absolutely ideal. Or a router. It's find what you do with a router. What needs us?
People are talking about eating scorpions. The one this morning was a bit small to eat. I've eaten scorpions.
Oh. What do they taste like?
Nothing much. I mean, they're just kind of like crunchy. You know, like the bits you get of lobster, where it's just like mostly the shell of the lobster, the exoskeleton of the lobster. Essentially that. Good source of protein though. Just don't really taste them much.
Is it? Would you get the stinger off?
Yeah. And what you can do is you can actually like shish kebab them and like put them on. If you get like 4 or 5, you can put them on a stick. So you set a scorpion trap overnight for them to scuttle into. You can't get out, and then you roast them on a fire. If you're stuck for food.
I don't think that's something I'd do.
So the thing about the jungle is there's lots of food everywhere, but it's usually quite hard to eat. It's hard to get hold of. Sorry about the banging.
Hey, well done.
Hey, we have more wood. Hello. Hey, thank you. Okay. Brilliant. What have we got in here? They're not cold. Oh, we got beers. Thanks, Ishmael. We've got ice. We've got beers. Thank God. Dying out here. Do you have a coping saw?
Coping saw? Not here.
Do you have a coping mechanism?
Well, really need it since I got hit by left behind. Yeah, I've got a coping saw. I use coping saws quite a lot when you cut skirting boards. You don't just go around. Little tip for you. When you cut your skirting boards, your internals should be scribed, not mitered. It makes me furious. It's wrong. Your scribe is basically your skirting board has to be cut over the top of the mating skirting board. And that way you can actually make a really nice, neat, tight joint. But if you miter it, you're looking down the miter. You end up with a gappy miter. We don't like a gappy gap. No. Do you? You like gappy gap?
Yay! There we go. That's what we wanted. Thank you, Marcus.
Yeah, that should go.
There you go.
You just cut that off.
Okay. Do you want to hold that? Hold that.
Oh.
You can flip the camera around if you want. That's the camera button.
Flip the camera around button. Look at him. Oh, he's getting all. Oh, look at his. That's interesting. Yeah, why not? Oh, my. I'm going to grab my chisel before he starts using it as a screwdriver.
This right? Oh, are you going to show them what we're doing?
There you go. We've got a slide on there. Wow. It fits tight.
Is that okay? With this gap here, or do you think the gap should be at the back?
Don't really matter, does it? Well, it does there, doesn't it?
For what? For what we want to use it for? Do you think I should just?
It's only just so we can get on, isn't it? That was the idea, wasn't it? Or was this going to be your new?
Is it that long then? If that...
Well, you probably did, yeah. You got carried away.
There's nothing under there, then, is there?
Well, your other way, you got nothing at the front. If you.
Well, I've made it nothing at the front, but that's fine. All right. Well, what do you think?
Well, we can always add a bit at the front if you have to. Does mean you've got to cut it, mind.
Put a strip in.
Yeah. Against this wavy edge.
Okay. Good stuff. All right. Thank you very
It's
much.
up to you.
Sir.
Up to you what you do, mate. Up to you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Look, so it's only so you got a workspace, isn't it?
Yep.
So we can actually get some stuff done. I hope that's what it is. This isn't going to be your finished worktop, is it?
It's a scorpion nest.
Oh, yes.
Building a nest for scorpions.
No, don't do
Put
that.
Down Marcus's pants.
That was a near miss, that was. I could have been dead.
Deaded.
Yeah, cadedded. Scorpions, eh? The one thing that he said that I ain't seen one for years. And he fit because then he tells me, well, I ain't been here for years. Yeah. I'll get my own back, I'll tell you. I don't think I need to, because he said I was tedious earlier.
Did I?
Yeah, he said it is kind of tedious, you said.
Oh, you making sexual innuendos?
Yeah, of course, I do it all the time. He obviously does not watch any of my videos. If he did, well then, quite frankly, he would know, wouldn't he? More fool him. that's just basically just sitting in that little socket there, and it's only there. This is going to shrink anyway, so you know, probably the racks can have a few fixes in there later on, but it's just so we can get on. So that's going to be 2 and 2. I'll flip it over. Whack some flour on it. Right, here we go. Oh, that's really annoying. You know what's really annoying? This is really annoying. That is a very annoying noise. It's just not just there, so I'm going to have to gnaw around it. So I'll put around there, I'm going to have to gnaw part of the knot. It just makes life a little bit harder. Like that. That'll do. That'll be there enough. And then we'll just put tomato around that one. Was that a dog making a noise? Funny shape. Oh, got the hammer. Hello, Mel. How are you, right? Put your teeth up on edge. All right. Right, the camera. Can you see that? That's how sharp it is. You can see all my hair. I just shaved off the back of my hand. Lovely. Jake Graham. I'll shave his eyebrows off when he's asleep. Get even sorer eyes, you will. Now I've got a ball patch on my hand. I'll put you a bit further away because otherwise it's going to be a bit loud. What's going on? That's what you guys have been saying anyway. Patrick Baker Evolution. Okay. A shaving chisel. That certainly is. I use it all the time. Yeah, but I'm not going to say where. I'll get told off. Right. Yeah, what is happening to Raab? Where's he been pushed to? They got rid of him?
No, I think they promoted him to Deputy Prime Minister.
He already is Deputy Prime Minister, isn't he?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Man, your water here. Brilliant, thank you.
Oh, Lee's watching on the big telly. Is that good enough quality on the big telly there, Lee? No, I can't pronounce that. Percolatori. You're right, he ain't very bright, is he? No. Anyone who doesn't know that Dover's quite important is a little bit of a fool. I hope this table has 3 legs because 4 legs are more wobbly. Well, it's a soaring. This is not actually a table. It's just a soaring stool. Sawhorse. So yeah, let's have 4 legs. Sorry, and it will likely be wobbly. I might have to trim 1 leg. Big leg. Hey up, Charlie. I got up there. Oh well. I don't suppose you have a coping saw. Ah, that's what you're talking about. No, we haven't. No, saws here. That would be very, very useful. But anyway, lots of tools would be very, very useful. So my workshop. I would like to have my workshop. Tile with poison and roast. Oh, I see. So you can remove the tile with the poison in and roast it with guts and all. Oh, that's barely a bite. I'll tell you, that's a tiny little thing. It did make me jump though. I was half naked having a wash, cleaning all the bits and all that, you know, as you do. And quite frankly, there was a scorpion too close.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes. Look, and he made a put on that lot. There's bottles everywhere. Got nothing to do with me. On a primitive man. It's like I watch a documentary. Am I a primitive man? I am quite primitive, to be fair. You have to ask the missus exactly what she would say. And it was like, I was trying to make a fire, but actually made a table. I'll tell you what is good, when the stuff dries out, I'll shave into that. Brilliant for lighting fires. Once it's dry. Okay. Oh, cheers, Alexis. Pickle, my love. Oh, she's a little sweetie, really. You've got to be careful, because if you give her too much attention, she really will not leave you alone. You can't get anything done. But she is sweet. I just want to give her a bath. But I don't think that'll be the right thing to do, because she's not my dog. Oh, I think the next should go under the bar instead of on the side to avoid them to break off. No, you're on, Conservative. Sorry. You put them on the side, they're going to wobble like hell. I grab Amar's back here. You missed the cabinet reshuffle. I know. That sounds really interesting. The cabinet reshuffle. We all like a good reshuffle. Not before time. When are we going to reshuffle Boris Johnson's? Do I want to know? He needs certainly a very good sort of a thorough reshuffle, I would say. He's already Deputy Prime Minister, isn't he?
Right.
Yeah, when they both went on holiday together, that was the controversy. They weren't supposed to go together. Well, not go at the same time.
Well, in case Boris Johnson was incapacitated.
Yes, that's it. Yeah. Is Pretty Patel still Home Secretary?
I think so.
Oh God, really? Is it because she's got jet skis now? That woman's just awful. What's that Teresa woman do? What's her position? Is she a minister or not? Yeah.
Working pensions minister.
Oh my God. Yeah, they're getting rid of the triple lock, aren't they? She's not vlogging. Got a knot.
There you go, mate. Stay hydrated.
Oh, cheers, mate.
Try not to get any.
Wouldn't it?
Let's,
Oh.
do you have a cup?
Water. Do you know what? Hey, Waltman's out. I tell you, so hot. I needed that. Why do they do Home Secretary? I don't understand why they do that. I don't actually understand why they've moved from what she's doing, because she's doing as good a job as anyone could do under the circumstances, even though it's even still a bad job. So one minute they're praising her up, and the next minute they take her away from that position. No, in fact, they're fine. They're different. So I've got two missing now.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to type you up a little bit. I'm just tidying up all this because it's so messy. But yeah, you can start on that if you want.
Yeah, Ishmael's been off to get more wood and stuff in the boat. It's about 10 kilometres away, so it's not like going 10 kilometres in a car. It takes quite a long while. It'll take about 40 minutes in the boat.
To get over there?
Yeah.
20 minutes?
20 minutes.
It depends, I mean...
Depends on the boat as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, it depends on the boat.
You wouldn't go over there, we're a displacement half. You're not going to do it in that time, are you? It'll be a bit longer. Won't be on the plane. I'll do it from there. So I'll call that 3. I've got the last one. Then I can nail them in, I'll get on. There you go.
They fall over really easy.
They do, don't they?
Yeah. Ishmael's daughter wants to cook it.
All right. you seen? What's the scene? You're pretty, aren't you? Talking to the cat. Right, let's put some here. Hang on here now. Okay, what's going on here? No, it won't cock. No, Moody, it's not going to cock a leg. It's a little girl. No, Pickle's a girl. Oh, way up there now. So what's going on? Did Bear Grylls eat scorpions somewhere? I wouldn't be surprised. I've seen him eat poo. Oh, it's way down here. Oh, yep, that's it. Rob has no justice.
For God's sake.
Rob Justice, eh? He doesn't know the meaning of the word. Duke said, how come that blundering buffoon has not been sacked?
Can't sack me, I own the island.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, where are you talking about, Graham? Rob should be the head of procurement for chocolate teapots and soluble condoms. You should build a dog bath. That's a good point, actually. There's plenty of water around here at the moment, to be fair. Or you mean to bath them? Yeah. Conservative says, if you can write a little bit and read a little bit, you're qualified to be in Boris's government. Sounds about right. Nadine Dorris is culture secretary. Nadine Dorris. I held on to her? You're joking. Well, it is. Basically, they're holding on to all the people that are Boris Johnson's, Alexander Boris Johnson's, well, sycophants. I agree with you, Boris. Promote me then. Whatever you say, I'll do. Yeah. No matter what it is, no matter how ridiculous it is. So what else we got going on here? All right. Someone likes dirty jokes. Oh dear. Graham doesn't like dirty jokes. Yeah. Sure, no, the account anything. Anger management offline. Unfortunately, yes. Sunak. Oh, Richie Sunak has stayed in his position. He's probably the only one capable, actually, even though he's still a fraud. Yep, he is. Other people's money, stealing it. Yeah. Well, it's family's money. Is it Ineos? Ineos? Not Ineos. Insidious. Definitely Insidious. No, his father-in-law owns a major kind of digital company or something. It's Insidious. Okay, he's winding me up now. He's trying to, because I'm not. Yeah, taking advantage of my lack of knowledge. Martin Bennett says perhaps Nadine Dorris can be in charge of Yoggett. Okay. Or like yeast infection. Someone said here the video disappeared. I think we're okay now though. I hate that woman. Yes, don't we all? Cash Dummy says Marcus needs a beer. He's actually got some beers, but they've been put in the cooler over there. Yeah. There you go, Cash Dummy. So there are beers.
Someone wants to chip in for the beers in the super chat,
you don't want those.
they're more than welcome.
Richard Proctor awards brownie points to sycophants. Yeah, that's what it seems like. With all that bang, in other words, you should be sponsored by Pfizer. Ooh. There's plenty of bang in the wood down here. Anyway, let's carry on. Let's get this done. I want to make those doors.
Wasp.
It was. Nails. Juliet.
What?
Oh, we missed the shuffle. We missed the shuffle. Hope don't split the end. That'll take, if you tap the point like that, it shouldn't split too much as you drive it. You don't go too close to the end because it'll split, so you can go far enough in to do its job. That's what mate can do. Surely it is. 1, 2. That's 3.
Up to 12.9.
Oh God, that's crossed 2 batteries, so we're swapping them over. Stick another battery on the line. Doing that.
Finish that first.
Oh well.
It's not 12 o'clock yet.
That's what? Oh, solid.
So it's just one nail in.
That's just one nail in it. That's because of it's there, yeah. So it can't. As long as you hold it to that, it can't go sideways, can it? It'll make it wobble a bit, you know. Solid.
And then watch you cut the ends off so they're straight.
What I'll do is I'll plug it onto something flat, and you mark the bottoms of your legs, yeah? And you cut each leg. We might get away with just cutting one.
Yeah.
Got a cable plugged in now?
Sorry?
The cable is in the cable. Connecting plan.
An extension cable.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Oh, sorry.
I sent you the wrong end.
Silly daddy pig.
Want to start it or?
Yeah. Thank you. Where's the skill saw?
In the kitchen.
We have to change the blade.
Oh,
Put it back.
okay. Would you change the blade first, and then we'll start this, yeah? Unless you're doing food, then you can keep doing that. Take a break.
Right around help.
What?
I said I'll put the leg the right way round, that might help.
More help.
More help. Let's lift our legs up. Fine. Then turning it, I level them up on something that's flat. I've even got nothing flat. Oh, that's probably not, there's probably flat. That's fine. Mark the legs off.
I just finished doing this side. It's just going to be wibbly wobbly. It's not a big issue, but that long side's going to be ages. We bought a sander, didn't we? Did we buy a sander? Completely missing the lining. Whoa, don't burn through the electrical cable. Watch out for the nails and that. Oh, let's do that thing again, mate. The low bit base. Yeah. How long do you think it's going to take to make the door?
How long's a piece of work? I usually go to the workshop, but
Half the
I'll get
length.
them done today. I'll get them on today.
Half the length is them. Twice the length is them. So you need the swap.
I want to stop breathing, yeah. I need to find my pens on my bottom legs.
Oh. Pencil.
Where's the metal marker pen?
Mark pen or your pencil?
My marker pen's a bit of the left thing.
I've got your pencil here.
That's what I've got. Found it. I put it in the black bag so you can't see the back pen.
Well, the thing about space, you've got to remember about space, is that it's black.
Mm-hmm.
The thing about black holes, right?
Right.
Fundamental principle of black holes is that they're black. So how are you supposed to see it?
I'll just show you a little trick. Hello guys, I want to show you a little trick. If you've got a wonky table or a chair, this is a little trick for you. It's very simple. Now what you do is, let's get somewhere we can. Right, there we go. So what I'm going to do is level off this little trestle film, this saw and stool. But these level legs off because the legs at the moment are all, yeah, it's wonky, you know. So what I do is I level it up, so I get it how I want it. So if I'm comfortable that it's the top is level, let's go a bit higher. Oh, there you go. That's not what it is. There you go. Sorry if the sun's blind you. So you level the top up first, right, by packing the legs at the bottom. And all you do is you mark each leg to something that's flat. This isn't flat, but also floors. It won't make a huge amount of difference. But yeah, at the moment it's so far out, it's not very helpful. So then I get something as a guide. In this case, it's a box of little charge controller came in. And then I use it as a guide and I just mark the bottom of each of the legs like so. Each leg. That'll give me my position or my cut mark. If I cut those marks, it should be, well, it shouldn't be wonky, or rocky. I'm going to move those wires over to another battery. That's neutral. That's positive.
Is that called the power to go off?
No. I've made some fly wires, fly these. Just make it different. Yeah, it's onto the other battery. I'll try and share the volts between two batteries now. There you go.
Okay.
So I've marked each of the little legs. So now I'm going to chop them with a saw. Is the saw free there, Graham?
Yeah.
Won't take me very long.
I got this one with big teeth.
Is that the one I was using earlier?
This one with big teeth.
Is that the one I was using? Yeah, that's the one I was using, that's fine. We'll do it outside.
Oh, Marcus, I need the camera.
Oh, you need the camera, go on.
What's the batteries?
Oh, this one at batteries. There you go, sorry.
There you go. Plugged in. Happy days. Oh wow, that's made the inverter come on. Plug in my phone in.
That will come on occasionally. It's just cooling itself down. It's got warm. It's not always because it's using more power than it needs to.
Yeah, but it was exactly as soon as I plugged it in, it went. Hey, I'm gonna.
Let's get a charger. You've got to set it's inverter's behaving, isn't it? It hasn't made the voltage still, so.
Oh, that's good. Where was I? At the moment, it looks like a really crappy reindeer.
Do you look like Christmas reindeer? Do you put some reindeer? It's some reins on it.
Little antlers.
Oh, okay, well, look, how we do the job.
Oh shit.
Oh, got a bit now, isn't it? Sun's
Why is it straight on the ground?
Because I put it there. I propped the whole thing up to make the top level.
Yeah, but you didn't go all the way around it, did you?
Did it?
Alright.
Okay. So once. Don't need.
Got an extension cord yesterday. Oh well. It's bound to happen sooner or later. No, it fell off because of the vibration of them.
Oh. There you go, go back.
I don't think this yellow cord works.
Oh. Try it with the fan.
Pardon?
Try it with something else, like a fan or something.
Oh,
You get an instant.
you move the camera where you want, by the way.
Okay.
If you want. Absolutely starving. Got some biscuits.
Got too much and I can't remember which is which. I'll start with the lowest one first. Oh shit.
it's not being jittery anymore.
Huh?
It's not doing that jitter thing anymore.
Oh, it's not. What the
I
buffering?
think it's because I plugged it in.
Oh, did you just lag it on the battery?
I
So
think
is it
that's
a new
exact-
battery?
No, I plugged it into the
No, is it the one with the new battery?
Well, the one that got a new battery put in, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
whether the battery was new or not. Just be careful, you don't knock the camera open.
I'll see that. I see ya.
Hey, lunch is here. Great, thank you. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. You done?
I think so.
Brilliant. Just in time.
I've got to knock a couple of sprays off, but look at that.
Put his lunch on it.
I've got my dinner. Hey, hey, Ishmael!
Thank you, Ismail.
Wow.
Okay, so for lunch now. It is just about 12 o'clock, I think. The sawhorse is going to be what? I can't read that. The sawhorse is going to be all shorts.
Very funny. Boom, boom.
Okay, so we're gonna. What time is it?
It's now 25 past 12.
Okay, we're gonna knock off for lunch. We'll be back soon, so you know, keep watching. The only thing is, because we lost connection a bunch of times this morning when we were running through the laptop, it means that when we go live, you won't get a notification. So I don't know. Maybe just check back now and again. We should be back online in the next hour after we've eaten and watered and fed. And Marcus, are you happy with what you've built this morning?
Oh, I'd like to be a bit quicker. I've just got a couple of rails across there and a rail across there, but there's no joint, that's just going to be nailed on.
Brilliant.
Got a couple of stays.
Excellent.
And then I can get on there and I can cut a bit of wood on.
And then we can
Break my back.
yeah, we can start on the on the door. Yeah.
Okay.
No, the stairs haven't even been started yet because we didn't have enough wood for the door. So we now have enough wood for the door that's down there on the ground. And the stairs, we did have enough wood for the stairs, but Ishmael had to go to town in order to get the wood for the stairs. But no, the stairs are still decidedly manky at the moment and missing a step, which is super dangerous. And yesterday I did fall while I was carrying something up the step. I think he did. I think he laughed a little bit.
To myself, warm and fuzzy I was.
Anyway, right, we've got lunch. We've got pasta, sausages, and rice. I'm going to put loads of hot sauce on this. It's going to be amazing. Thanks for watching. See you again in a bit for this afternoon's session of JinjaVision. Bye. Bye. Bye.